Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ange, and today we are going to talk about all the books I read in September. I think I read a total of 7 books, which was a normal reading amount for me, but also I'm pretty sure it was the highest number of pages that I've read this year in a month, which is about 3,500, which is a lot of pages. So September was a pretty good month. It was pretty heavy fantasy based, which if you've seen my last video that I just posted, it's about fantasy books that I want to read this fall, and a couple of them are on there because I was reading them, and it's already October 5th, which is almost 2 weeks since I filmed that video. Anyway, let's get into the books. The first 2 books that I read, I'm going to put them together because they are the end of a series, and this was the Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac Academy series. I read Broken Fae and Warrior Fae by Kerri, Peckham, and Susanne Valenti. These are books 4 and 5 in that series. It's been a series that I started almost a year ago, back in December, before the final Zodiac book came out, or the 7th Zodiac book came out. This is a prequel series to the Zodiac Academy book, which I talk about all the time here. And I really loved the 5th book, which was Warrior Fae. So Broken Fae was good. I gave it 4 stars, I think. But Warrior Fae was so good. I gave that 5 stars. The first book of the series is called Dark Fae, and it is about this woman who, she's probably like 18, 19. Her brother got killed, and she's trying to investigate it, and she thinks the person that killed him is at Aurora Academy, so she goes to school there, and is trying to figure out the murder of her brother. And so, again, like Zodiac, it's earth, air, fire, water, elemental powers, and they all have an order form of some sort. And that can be like vampires, werewolves, harpies, etc. So I really love this world, and I just really liked the series, even though it was a reverse harem, which is something I don't normally read ever. Like, I don't choose to read that, but I really loved the series. But the 5th book, so the final book, I haven't ever read a full series completed by these sisters, and the epilogue was like an hour and a half long. Like, it was 100 pages, if like maybe more than that. Like, it was long, and I loved every single second of it. Like, books series, take a hint from these Twisted Sisters on how to write an epilogue, because it was like a few extra chapters, and it was like this many years, or this many months later, this many years later, like 16 years later. And it just was like, it was so good. Like, you got to check up on what they were doing however far down the road. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever, because epilogues are never like that, and I just really loved that, because you get to stay in that world just a little bit longer, and you get to see a little bit of normalcy, because like this book is just chaotic and twists and turns at every corner. So it was just really fun to see a little bit of a happy ever after. It was really good. So I read those 2, and then the audiobooks that I'm currently listening to are, rereading the Zodiac Academy series before book 8 comes out this December. So I listened to book 1, which was The Awakening, and I listened to book 2, which is The Reckoning. So this is the main series with Ruthless Boys, Zodiac, and Darkmoor. Zodiac is about twin sisters who were born and sent off to the mortal realm, where they lived for their first 18 years of their life, and then on their 18th birthday they're tracked down and brought to the world of Solaria. They are the lost princesses of Solaria. Their parents were killed when they were babies. Yeah. And so they get brought back, and they're like introduced to this world of magic. And they go to this special academy school. This is a bully romance. I was not prepared for that. I was the second time around, and it's not as bad going through them the second time after reading them for the first time. when I read them the first time, I was like, the bullying is out of control. I cannot handle this. But rereading them now, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. This is nothing. And like, I get the purpose of it, and you understand that that's how fae work. These are fairies. I really, really love this series. One of my all-time favorite book boyfriends is from this series. Lance O'Ryan is my ultimate book boyfriend. Absolutely love him so much. And just re-listening to the series is making me so happy. I'm like swooning all over again. Yeah, so it's been fun listening to them. I've been just listening to them on my commute to work, and anytime that I'm just at home cleaning, cooking, getting ready, I've been listening to it. I've been taking kind of a break from my podcast just to listen to the series. The next 2 books that I read, these are really high up there with my all-time favorite books because I am shocked by how much I absolutely love this series, this trilogy. And that is Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. Holy schmoly, these books are so good. I was not expecting to fall in love with them the way that I did at all. So these are YA. They follow these 2 twin witches who live in Italy in like the 19th century. One of the twins is murdered, so the other twin who we follow, she's the narrator for the entire series. Her name's Amelia. We follow her as she tries to figure out how her twin was murdered, and why she had been practicing some dark magic, because they are the type of witches who don't practice dark magic. So she ends up summoning a demon who happens to be one of the princes of hell. And all 7 princes are named after the 7 deadly sins. And so she summons the Prince of Wrath. He's also really high up there with my favorite book boyfriends because wowie, I really liked him. His character was so great. There's a curse in this series. He has a curse on him. And actually the twins had a curse on them that they didn't know about. So they go about trying to break the curse, trying to unravel the secrets and mysteries of their past and who they are. And it's just so, so good. Like, I gave all 3 of these books 5 stars. And like, I ate these up in a week. Like, it's so good. Really easy to read. Really fast paced. Just, like, so good. The 3rd book came out September 27th, and I bought it on my Kindle because they didn't have the paperback anywhere, and I needed to read it ASAP, so I read that in just a couple days. Seriously, so good. Plus, these covers are just, like, Halloween-y vibes, and it makes me happy. So, highly recommend these books, actually, because they're really good. And those were all the books that I read in September. It was kind of a lot. Like, I think I understand why Irma listens to audiobooks all the time, because she gets through them fast when all you want to do is listen to them. So thankfully, I'm really happy that the Zodiac books have good narrators, because I don't mind listening to them. It's a husband and a wife, I'm pretty sure. And they're just really good at reading them, and I actually enjoy listening to them. So, big fan of that. I've been listening to them on Audible. I've been buying them because all the Zodiac books are free on Kindle Unlimited. And because I have them all on my Kindle and I've had them in my library, they're only like $7 on Audible versus like the $25 that they normally are. So I've been buying them that way. And I really like them. So I'm trying to get prepared for the final book that comes out in December. I'm like, there's so much that happens. I needed like a little refresher. And so that's what I'm doing. So yeah, it was a great reading month. I'm really looking forward to October. There's a lot of fantasy books. If you haven't watched my fantasy video, go watch that, because I plan on reading pretty much everything that I mentioned on there, along with a couple that I've already bought from the library that are kind of Halloween-y. And so I'm very excited about that. Happy October. Happy Halloween. I'm ready for it. I'm here. I'm excited. It's happening. Even though I've had like no energy lately and I'm just really tired all the time. Hence why I hardly post anymore. Okay. Anyway. Let me know what your favorite book that you read in September was, and what's another book you look forward to reading in October. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!